Naruto didn't know how it started. One day, he was just Naruto Uzumaki, hero of Konoha, Hokage-to-be, and beloved ramen enthusiast. The next, he was the center of an all-out war. The Harem War. And he was not winning. At first, he thought it was just a misunderstanding. Maybe some of the girls in the village were acting weird around him. No big deal. Maybe Ino was being extra touchy. Maybe Hinata's stuttering had turned into full-blown territorial glares. Maybe Tenten had started carrying explosive tags with his name written on them. Okay, that last one was new. But still, he didn't think much of it. Until the day he saw them. Not just one, not just two. All of them. Gathered in the training field. Armed. And glaring at each other like they were about to start the Fourth Shinobi War all over again. Sakura stood at the edge of the battlefield, watching the scene unfold. She had one reaction. She facepalmed. Of course this is happening, she muttered. Ino led the first faction. The Naruto needs a confident, beautiful girlfriend like me alliance. Her supporters. Temari, Anko, and a few random civilian girls who had decided Naruto was their future husband. Hinata led the second faction. The Naruto-kun has always been mine, you heathens brigade. Her army. Hanabi, because sibling loyalty, Shizune, for reasons unknown, and Kurenai, who was mostly there to keep an eye on Hinata but ended up being recruited anyway. Tenten stood alone. Not because she was neutral. No. Because she had decided to take Naruto by force if necessary. She did not need an army. She was the army. And Naruto? He just stood there. Confused, terrified, wondering what life choices led him to this exact moment. Sakura sighed, massaging her temples. This was exactly why she had friend-zoned Naruto. The boy was a walking disaster magnet. She had barely managed to escape the chaos that followed Sasuke around. She was not about to get dragged into another mess. Except, she was already standing too close. And now both factions were looking at her. Naruto included. Sakura-chan, Naruto called desperately. Tell them we can talk this out. Sakura didn't even get the chance to respond. Because a kunai zipped past her face. Because Tenten had just thrown a bomb. Because the war had begun. And Sakura was now collateral damage. So Naruto did what any sane shinobi would do. He ran. Fast. Explosions went off behind him. He could hear shrieking. Possibly catfights. Definitely someone using a summoning jutsu, which was terrifying. And somewhere in the middle of it all, Sakura was screaming. You idiots, stop throwing me into buildings. Naruto peeked over his shoulder, bad idea. Because he saw Hinata activate her Byakugan. Because he saw Ino wielding mind jutsu like a madwoman. Because he saw Tenten pulling out weapons that should not exist. And because he saw Sakura getting blasted into a tree like a ragdoll. Sakura-chan, no. He didn't see what happened next. Because he ran straight into Tsunade. And she did not look happy. 3 hours later, Konoha was mostly intact. Mostly. Tsunade had personally put a stop to the battle. How had she done so? By punching the ground so hard she created a crater big enough to make everyone rethink their life choices. Naruto sat in the hospital, covered in bandages. Ino, Hinata, and Tenten sat across from him, all pouting. Sakura lay in the next bed over, groaning in pain. You people are insane, she muttered. Naruto agreed. Then he saw Tsunade walk in, cracking her knuckles. You, she pointed at him. Me, Naruto squeaked. Tsunade narrowed her eyes. Why is half of Konoha destroyed? Again. Naruto swallowed thickly. Ramen. Tsunade punched him through the window.